Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. There was an article in Washington Post a couple of days ago about Twitch streamers facing their first recession and how sponsorships are down and sub income is down and what do creators do now and how creators should try to diversify their income. And that had me thinking that how does a content creator make money? I figured it would be a subject that some people might be interested in, so this is something a little unusual for my channel, but this is a video about content creator income. So why am I making this video? I think there are lots of people who could be interested in this. I mean, other content creators could see, okay, some peer support maybe, some ideas perhaps. Then people interested in becoming content creators, getting a little bit of insight into, hey, what is that like really? And anyone who's just curious about content creation and income from content creation. This is not one of those stories like, how much do Twitch streamers make and oh my goodness, they're all millionaires. No, this is actually a fair bit more realistic tale. And I think my channels are quite successful, in fact. I think they're widely successful, although I guess that depends on your definition of success. Like, my YouTube channel gets around 500,000 views a month. I think that's so many views, I think that's a lot of views. And my Twitch stream, I do more YouTube than Twitch, but my Twitch stream has an average concurrent viewership of around 50, and I've been hovering in the top 0.4 to 0.5% of Twitch streamers for several years now. So, like, this should be successful, right? Except that it's not really. This is a pie chart of where I got money for the first 6 months of this year. And in this pie chart, 53% of my income comes from YouTube, those 500,000 views per month. 32% of my income actually comes from writing gigs. I used to be a freelance writer, I still do freelance writing. So yeah, the entire pie is like barely making ends meet. It's not really great, to be honest. And 1/3 of that is not coming from like YouTube videos and Twitch streaming. 1/3 of that is still coming from writing, even though I have reduced the amount of writing that I do in favor of doing more Twitch and in favor of doing more YouTube. But being in the top 0.5% of Twitch, getting 500,000 views a month on YouTube is not enough to make a living. So that's kind of a reality check if you're thinking about becoming a content creator. And Twitch, being around that top 0.4, 0.5% on Twitch, means that 7% of my income comes from Twitch. That is not a lot of money. Then 5% comes from sponsorships, 1% from Patreon, and 1% of direct tips, people just sending me money over PayPal. So yeah, I don't think this is a very good career choice. I don't recommend this to anyone. You need to have some savings in order to try to do this. And I mean, some hit it big real fast, and obviously then it just suddenly becomes viable. But for the vast majority of people who do content, it just isn't very good. When you think about those different revenue streams and trying to diversify your income, one thing that I find important to point out is that platforms take a cut and Twitch is super greedy. I mean, Twitch takes 50% of everything. Your subs, your cheers, everything. Twitch takes half of it. So Twitch takes more than anyone else. Twitch is by far the worst platform to be in that sense. Like YouTube takes 30%, Patreon takes around 15%. There are all sorts of fees in Patreon. And even if people just send you money over PayPal, PayPal also finds ways to incorporate some fees into that, and they take around 10% or so. So no matter where you get money from, there's always platforms taking a big cut of that. In case of Twitch, a huge cut out of that. So if you find a way to direct people away from Twitch and to give you money somewhere else, then that's always better. That said, Twitch has one advantage, and that one advantage is Prime subs. Because people have Amazon Prime, they have Twitch Prime, and then they have that one sub that they can give for free to a content creator of their choice. That's already included in what they pay monthly anyway. And if you can get people to give that to you, then it's not directly out of their pocket, but it can be a revenue for you. And as a matter of fact, more of my Twitch income comes from Prime subs than it comes from paid subs. Prime subs 44% of my Twitch income, while regular subs are 41% of my income. Then I have 7% of my Twitch income coming from cheers and 7% from ads. I don't play ads during my streams. I only have the pre-rolls that you see when you enter a stream. You can't disable them on Twitch in any way. Well, you can disable them by running regular ad breaks. Regular ad breaks maybe could be able to increase that income a little bit, but for my viewership, it really doesn't make much of a difference. So I have opted not to run regular ad breaks because then I'm still not making money and then it's making people just leave the stream. So it just doesn't pay. But overall, Twitch has been pushing very hard to get its creators to run more and more and more ads, which is of course a bit of a bummer, but yeah, that's how they roll. That is not to say that ads are not important, because if you take a look at the largest slice of the pie of my income, then YouTube is the largest slice, and YouTube breakdown, 95% of my YouTube income comes from ads. There's a bit of a rounding error here somewhere. This adds up to 101%. I only get 100%. But anyway, 95% from ads. Then 4% comes from YouTube Premium users. YouTube Premium users don't see any ads, but the payment that they gave to YouTube, then that some of that is shared between all the creators whose content they watch. And then 2% of my YouTube income comes from members. Members are like Twitch subs. They're people who are subscribed to your channel, or in this case, members of your channel, so they pay you monthly. And as you can see, ad revenue on YouTube is like, it's the majority of my income at the moment. And this is even though I only run pre-rolls and post-rolls, I don't run mid-roll ads on any of my videos, because I personally hate mid-roll ads. I hate that you're watching a video and then there's an ad break in the middle of a video. Like, what's up with that? That's just silly. You watch an ad at the start of the video and then you can watch it. That's how I like it. That's how I set everything up, even though YouTube does keep reminding me that I should turn on mid-roll ads to optimize my revenue. But yeah, these platforms, they really want you to run a lot of ads, and you have to try to balance between what kind of ads you're comfortable running versus what do you think the viewer experience is going to be. Like, okay, I kind of want money. Yeah, obviously I want money, but I also don't want to underestimate and insult my viewers. Looking at all of my content creation income, not including the writing gigs, through a little bit of different lens, we can also take a look at like this. So indirect income, which is income that is paid by YouTube, paid by Twitch, not paid directly out of any viewer's pocket, is 91% of my income. Whereas money that comes directly from viewers' pockets to my pocket is 9% of my content creation income. I know that this can vary widely, like very successful Twitch streamers, of course, they can have like 1,000 subscribers and they might have a lot bigger share of direct income from viewers, but this is what's happening right now for me. Well, looking at these numbers and keeping in mind that this is like years of work to get a channel that gets 500,000 views on YouTube a month, that is in top 0.4%, 0.5% on Twitch, and we're still like 1/3 away from making a meager living, then hopefully this will showcase that this might not be a top career choice. On the other hand, I could also do probably a lot more work in getting people to give me money through Patreon, through YouTube memberships, through Twitch subscribers. And in some ways you could also think of this video as an ad to, hey, join as a YouTube member. I would really appreciate that. But mostly this video is meant as an information package on what sort of components creator income can consist of, and on what different platforms you could take a look at in order to make a living as a content creator. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.